So I think actually that's probably a good way to frame the question. So be curious, Damian, to hear you answer this, from when you were kind of like starting and growing your agency versus now. Because I know now you've got a team and you've got VAs, and you got people helping you out. What did it look like in the beginning? What does it look like now in terms of making sure that you're touching all those sites and continuing to build and optimize them? Has a question for you, Damian. She says, I would love to know about Damian's weekly or daily lead gen ranking routine. I have like 20 sites and trying to figure out how to best hit all the sites with content backlinks on a regular basis. So would love to hear how he structures his day to day, or how he used to when he was growing his agency. So I think actually that's probably a good way to frame the question. So be curious, Damian, to hear you answer this, from when you were kind of like starting and growing your agency versus now. Because I know now you've got a team and you've got VAs, and you got people helping you out. What did it look like in the beginning? What does it look like now in terms of making sure that you're touching all those sites and continuing to build and optimize them?
Yeah, so I mean, even when I first got started, after I had about 10 sites, I remember Dan saying this years back, and he still says it to this day, but like as soon as you can, like, you start making profits, start making money, and you can hire somebody, do it. It's gonna challenge you, it's gonna push you to grow. So I remember hiring my first VA, still with me to this day. I got lucky because sometimes you have to kind of go through like VAs from time to time. There's some good ones that talk a good game and then just suck when they deliver. And so she was my like website builder. So, cause I got tired of building the site, like a lot of us do, because, I was really kind of introverted when I first was starting, which most people probably won't believe, but I didn't like doing sales, didn't like talking to customers. I was afraid, it just was. But then I just started getting good through practice, like anything else, So my first hire was a VA on Upwork with just building out my sites. And then my second one was content, because I got tired of writing content. And it doesn't take much money to do that. I just started using my profits and put it back in my business. Sometimes what we do on accident or on purpose, we don't have the financial literacy sometimes, that we start eating off our profits too early. Mm-hmm. And I just made sure I was like reinvesting the money back so I can grow faster. And so every part of the process you like are tired about, get a VA for. So it's typically the builder, the content writer, the backlinker, the citation person. That's, pretty much what it is. So some people even hire like a VA manager to manage all four of those. I like managing it because, I like making sure, I like to inspect, so that I know they're doing things correctly or they're doing things wrong, so I can course correct or fire them and replace them,
Yeah.
So that's what I do. I still do that to this day, though. Like, I haven't changed much, other than there was a time where I had up to 17 VAs. That was the only difference. So that was pretty crazy. That's when we were building out, because me and Seth and then me and another business partner, we built out a lot of websites. I know people ask how much are you making, blah, blah, blah. But I built several hundred websites over the last year with some strategic friends and partnerships that we're still not making money on because we weren't focused on it. We just wanted to put shoes on the shelf. That's what I was focused on, because I know the power of just letting a domain age on Google. And now we're starting to rank it, but a lot of them are on between pages 2 to 4, because they have one of my strategies that I share that you guys should do. I think it's just an easy strategy. It's just adding more content. That actually helps. Google likes that stuff. So I have some websites that literally have half a dozen backlinks, but they have 30, 40, 50 pages, because I'm building out, let's say I'm building out a website in, let's say Houston, right? But then I'm building city pages all around it, what's some of the cities around? I don't know, just there's several cities around it. Then what I'll do, I'll search to see what are the top neighborhoods, and I'll see if there's any search volume for neighborhoods. Sometimes prominent neighborhoods search, the Oaks, Houston, landscaping, the Oaks, Houston. People type that kind of stuff, so you just got to search for that. You got to think outside the box. Then I'll add those pages, and then I'll add service pages. And then I kind of micro niche the service. For example, Like there's tree cutting, there's tree trimming, but then I'll make a page like tree trimmers. And I'll have a different writer write about that and just have them say, make sure you say the word trimmers versus trimming. Like I do that though, but that's what brings in the volume to these sites. Yep. So I think that's a nugget that people can use that, you know, that'll make you can easily take a 10-page site to 40 pages like that, hands down.